Hey guys, this video is going to attempt to walk you through the in-class project that we did. We start out and we have a coordinate grid here, okay? I want you to first start out by plotting the following data points, okay? So you're going to kind of estimate, because if you notice on your X, your independent variable are the months since January 2002, and so this would be your X value, the months since January 2002, and your output would be your hair length, okay? So this is your output, or your Y values would be your hair length. Okay, and that's in inches. And this is going to be important because we have to make sure that we understand the line of best fit has to do with the units being months and inches. Okay, so we're going to graph all these points, and I'm going to just kind of show you. I'm not sure exactly how they come out. Okay, but you'll get a bunch of points in your scatter plot. You're then going to use a ruler, and with your ruler, you're going to estimate a line of best fit. It might look something like this. Okay, all right. From there, you're going to go to number 2. Number 2 is going to ask you, okay, based on your graph, we use the ruler to draw the line you think represents how Ida's hair has grown since January 2002. Based on this, we're going to approximate how many inches does Ida's hair grow each month. Okay, so what we're actually approximating is the rate of change. Okay, now the rate of change is actually the slope. All right, I want you to be careful when you calculate the rate of change or the slope from this new line. Okay, look back here at your line. All right, you're going to find 2 points on this line where you can come up with the actual points. You're not going to just use 2 random points. You're going to make sure they're actually on the line. Okay, so if we did that, you're going to pick, so we're going to slope, we're going to pick 2 points. All right. And I definitely want you to pick your own. Don't just write down what I'm saying in this video. So if you need to pause right here and figure out the 2 points you're going to use, that's fine. I'm going to use the 2 points 2, 2, okay, 2, 2, and 14 and 8. All right, and when I did that, I've got 8 minus 2. I'm getting my slope. Remember, y2 minus y of 1 over x2 minus x of 1. So it's going to be 14. Okay, minus 2. 8 minus 2, 14 minus 2, so 6/12. So it's going to be about 0.5 inches, okay, inches per month. All right, that's important. Okay, now we're actually going to use the calculator. Okay, by using the calculator, we're going to find the line of best fit. Remember, this is where we put in stat, and we type edit. We're going to put in all our data values that we had right here. Okay, we're going to put them into the calculator now. All right, stat edit, and then we're going to put our data in, then we're going to hit stat, and we're going to calculate, and we're going to look at the line of best fit, so lin reg, okay? We're going to get an A value and a B value, okay? Again, these are purposes of example. I got my A value is 0.47, and my B value is 0.26. Okay, we are rounding to the hundredths, okay? Rounding to the hundredths, so that's the second digit after the decimal point. Okay, so now my line of best fit is actually a linear equation. Y is equal to 0.47x plus 0.26. And we're going to be using this line of best fit for a lot of the other questions. So this is really important. Now remember, okay, this is our slope because this is the coefficient before the x. So this is our slope, and this is our y-intercept. Okay, number 4, Ida Peterson is 5'8", and she was 20 years old when she began photographing her hair. Assuming she continues to grow it, how long will it take until it reaches the ground? So this is the first part of the equation. We need to part of the question. We need to know how long it takes to reach the ground. Well, if Ida Peterson is 5'8", okay, 5'8" inches, that means that she's actually going to be equal to 58 inches tall. All right, so you guys should know that there's, oh, sorry, silly me, 68 inches, okay? 12 inches in a foot, okay? 12 times 5 is 60, 60 plus 8 is 68 inches, okay? So if she's 68 inches, and when she was 20 years old, she continues to grow it, if we looked back at here, if we look at the picture, you can see that it was 56 inches long when she finished growing. So 56 inches, we need to know how many more inches until it reaches the ground. So we're going to take 68 minus 56, and we're going to get 12 inches. So we want our hair to grow 12 inches, and we want to know how long that's going to take. Okay, so now looking back at your, let's draw it down here, okay, so I don't have to keep switching pages. But if I go back to my graph here, my months are my x-axis and my inches and my y, okay? So this would be how long. This is months, and this is inches, okay? So for number 4, actually, we're going to have we're going to figure out that our y value. Let's make sure we have this. We want to know how long it's going to take to grow 12 inches, right? So 12 inches. Okay. So remember, from here, x value is if we look at the graph, our x value is actually the months. And our y value is how long. This is the length. So this is going to be the length in inches. Okay, so this is length. Oops, not writing right. Let's do this, length. Okay. Okay, just keep this here on the side. So our months would be our x, our length would be our y. Okay, so we know 12 inches. We want to know how long it's going to take. So now when we actually solve, we're going to use our equation. Y is equal to 0.47x. This is our line of best fit, plus 0.26. Only now we know our y. So 12 is equal to 0.47x plus 0.26. And you're going to figure out what your x is. Okay, and your x will be how many inches, okay? So, I mean, how many months. So, you're going to find out how many months, and that would be right here. Okay, that's where your x is going to be, okay? From here, the other side of this question says, okay, if she never cuts her hair again, how long do you expect it to be when she dies? Okay, so we're going to assume that she lives to be 80. So, she's going to go to 80 years old. That's pretty young. Okay, 80 years old. Well, since she's already 20, we're going to take 80 minus 20, and we get 60. So we get 60 years. But our input is actually in months. So we need to take 60 times 12. And when we do 60 times 12, we're going to get 60 years times 12 is 720 months. Okay, so our months in this case would be our input, and that would be our x value. So now y would be equal to 0.47, we're using our line of best fit again, times 720 plus 0.26. And I'll let you calculate what the y is, or the output, okay? So remember, you're going to get your output in inches, and I'd like you to tell me what it is in feet, okay? Remember, there's 12 inches in a foot. Okay. So that should be enough help with number 4. Number 5, the popular Disney movie Tangled is based on a fairy tale in which the beautiful Rapunzel is imprisoned in a tower by an evil witch. Rapunzel grows her hair longer and longer until one day the prince hears her singing. Okay, let's see what it says. Watch the trailer. We did that. Okay, then if Rapunzel's hair grew at the same rate as Ida's, how long would it take to grow so long? Okay, we're going to assume that Rapunzel's hair is 70 feet long, okay, because it's right at the top of the tower. So we're assuming it's 70 feet long. So since it's 70 feet, but remember our length is in inches, okay, so we've got to take 70 and we have to multiply it by 12. So 70 times 12. So our hair is going to be 70 feet long. 70 times 12 is equal to 840 inches. Okay, now remember, our inches right here, our length is actually our y value. Okay, so we've got to remember to put 840 inches. We're using our line of best fit again because it said that we're actually using the same rate as, we're looking at the same, we're using the line of best fit as Ida. So 840 is going to be equal to 0.47x plus 0.26. Okay, so when we use that, we're going to actually solve for x, so we're going to find out how many months. So we're finding out, again, the x value. The x is going to tell us how many months, and I want you to then turn that into years. Okay, remember, there's 12 months in a year, so all we have to do is divide by 12 when you get your answer. Okay, and that'll tell you how many years. And then let me know, is that number of years reasonable? Does that make sense? Okay, could Rapunzel's hair actually grow for that many years? Okay, now according to Disney, Rapunzel's actually 18 years old. Okay, we already told you that Rapunzel's actual hair length is 70 feet. In this case, how fast must her hair be growing? Okay, if that's the case, if she's got 70 feet of hair and it's growing for 18 years, all right, what I want you to do here is to tell me 70 feet is actually how many inches, and divide that by the number of months. 18 years is how many months? Okay, so I'll give this one to you. 840 inches is 70 feet and 216 months. All you've got to do here is divide. 840 divided by 216 is going to be approximately, okay, 3.89 inches per month. Okay, this inches per month is the rate of change. This is the slope for Rapunzel's hair growth. Okay, so hers is growing at 3.89 inches per month. Okay, now we're going to take both, it says, imagine that Ida and Rapunzel each cut their hair to a length of 9 inches today. So we're starting at 9 inches. So 0.0 at 9, okay? So assuming they don't get another haircut, graph their hair length for the next year. Well, we know that Ida's hair length is actually, her slope is 0.47x, but our new hair length, or y-intercept, is going to be 9 inches. So we're going to say 0.47x plus 9. And Rapunzel's, we're going to use that last slope that we found for Rapunzel's hair growth, which is much faster than Ida's. So we're going to have 3.89x, because that's our slope, plus 9. All right, and I want you guys to just graph these two. You're going to put in your x of 0. In this case, you're going to get 9 as your output. Here, if you put in 0, you're going to get 9 as your output. And we're going to actually round the inches to the nearest tenth, just to help us graph. All right, so if I put in 3, I'm going to get about 10.4, okay? And you're just using these equations here. So what's going to happen is you're then going to plot one graph, and that's going to be, maybe this is Ida's graph, okay? And the other one is going to be Rapunzel's, and it's going to just show a different rate of change. This, again, is just an example. All right, you'll do your own. So there's Rapunzel's. All right, so we'll have our two graphs right there. I don't want you to worry about graphing how long you expect your hair to be, okay? So don't worry about the third one, just 2. Okay, so you'll fill that out. All right, now the last question, the organization Locks of Love requires that hair donations be 10 inches. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, the average hair growth is a ½ inch per month. So in this case, our slope is 0.5 inches. Based on this information, how many months would it take your hair to grow 10 inches so you can donate it? I want this one for you to think about. How long, if your hair is growing a ½ inch per month, is it going to take you to grow it 10 inches? Okay, so come up with an equation and see how long it will take. Okay, I hope this video helped you out.